Hey, Andre, thanks for taking the time today.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
We'll get started here with Mike Kay and then John McMullen.
Hey, Andre, thanks for taking the time. What did you learn about yourself as a person and a player last year as you were kind of watching the game from the sideline?
Yeah, about that, I definitely learned a lot about myself and how much the game really means to me, and how serious I am about this. Losing a season to an injury definitely makes you see it in a different perspective, in a different light, and it kind of lit this huge fire in me, a different kind of fire than I felt before, because something like this has never happened for me.
Go ahead, John, and then Dave.
Hey, Andre, good to see you. Where are you in your rehab? Are you completely back, 100%? How is the biceps? And how do you feel, sort of pre-injury and now? Do you feel you're at the same level that you were?
I'm back even stronger. I'm all clear to go, 100%. Feel good as new. I'm I'm a lot stronger than before I got hurt. I'll tell you that.
Dave and then Ed Kratz.
Hey, Andre. Obviously, last year, once you were out, eventually Jordan Mailata got in there and did some good things. If it's a competition between you two in this training camp, how do you feel about that? And what do you think your chances are of winning it?
Oh, I welcome all competition. I never shy away from it. I'm glad that it's happening, and it makes sense that it's happening. Jordan came in and filled in last year. He played most of the season, and he did really well. So, it only makes sense for the coaches to, give it a little competition and not just, give somebody the spot when I come back from the injury. So, we're really good friends, sit next to each other in the locker room, and, we always pal around out in the field. We're always pushing each other to get better. So, I really welcome it, and it's a lot of fun competing with them.
Go ahead, Ed, and then Les.
Hey, Andre, I know you're a left tackle, and you played a little right tackle. I think your first year. Would you be resistant at all to moving someplace else other than left tackle? Would you be willing to go to guard if you were asked to do that and learn those positions, left and right guard?
Oh, of course. I wouldn't shy away from that either. I came here for a reason, to play for this team and, to have the role of doing whatever the team needs to be better. So if that's what's required, then I'll give it everything I got.
Les and then Zach.
Hey, Andre, you've probably heard there've been a lot of talk about, possible trade if Mailata wins the job this year. What's your feeling? If you don't start this year, do you want to be here?
Well, I haven't heard anything because I don't have any social media anymore as of last year, but I try not to pay attention to any of that stuff because it's just all noise. My job is just keep my head down and work. That's all I know. It's just work. But if I'm not the starter, like you said, I would just do everything that I can to, earn it back. I'm not just gonna back down if the job isn't given to me. I'm gonna keep fighting for what I want.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Zach, and then Bo.
Hey, Andre, good to see you again. It seemed clear the past 2 years that the team viewed you as their left tackle of the future. Do you still feel that they view you that way?
I do feel that they view it that way, but I have to earn it. I can't just be given it. I'm all about this competition. I got a fire in me. I got a chip on my shoulder, and I'm really serious about this. So, bring it all on.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Bo, and then Rob Motti.
Hey, Andre, I wanted to follow up on, you saying that there's this new fire lit within you and the way that you're approaching things. How has that sort of manifested itself? What is different about the way you're going about things?
Yeah, like I said before, just when you have it taken away from you, you realize how important it is to you and how serious you are about it. And, as soon as I got hurt, the second I got hurt and they told me how long I'd be out, I was like, in my head, I was like, 2021 starts now, like for me. As soon as I was able to, I was in the weight room on the bike. 3-4 weeks after I got hurt, I was hitting PRs on safety bar squats. I was all in there. Every day was leg day. You know, I've developed a lot of habits in terms of, you know, research on nutrition and sleep benefits and all different types of stuff, self-help books, and, you know, just really pushing myself in everything that I did, revolving everything around ball and just improving.
Go ahead, Rob, and then Jeff McLean.
Hey, Andre, you mentioned you're not on social media anymore as of last year. What went into that decision for you? Was it just a matter of mental health, and how has it helped you just to stay away from it?
There were a few factors that went into it, but, you know, one being the obvious, just, you know, a lot of people, including myself, we just spend like 30 minutes just sitting there scrolling through stuff. You find interesting videos and all that stuff. You know, next thing you know, a whole hour goes by and you're like, dang, I just kind of wasted that. You know, I didn't get anything out of that. But, you know, and just a whole bunch of other things. You know, you don't want to read into too much, just general negativity in the world. Social media in general, I've watched a lot of documentaries on it as well. There's one on Netflix. I can't quite remember what it's called, but you'll see it on there if you look for it. But there's just a lot of, you know, there's good and bad on the internet, but I'd rather just not be with it because I spent too much time on it. That's really the case. But it's definitely helped me. It feels like I live, you know, more simple life. I get up, go work, study, all that stuff, relax, read. You know, not once do I flip open my phone and just read stuff. You know, I still get news, but, you know, nothing too crazy. And it has helped me a lot, I think.
We'll go to Jeff and then EJ.
Andre, to follow up on that, we know how difficult Philadelphia can be to play in this market and with this fan base. You mentioned general negativity, but what about the direct ones that have been lobbied towards you, wherever it may come? Did that factor into it? And how do you feel like you've matured in handling that in your 2+ years here?
I think I've matured a lot. Like, I honestly feel like I'm a different person in a lot of aspects than my first year. I'm completely different. In terms of the social media and stuff that's directly aimed at me, you know, when I first got here, it was kind of a shock to me because I never realized that's kind of how it is once you get to the level, you know. Just whatever sort of negativity gets pointed at you. It was kind of a shock for me. But as the years went on, you know, I kind of learned how it goes and, you know, certain things you're just like, you know, you can't feed into it. You can't feed the negativity or else it'll just keep growing and growing and weigh on you. You know, you can't focus on that type of stuff. You just focus on what's important, you know, guys within the building, the coaches, and just the work that you're putting in.
All right, we'll take two more here from EJ and then Tim.
Hey, Andre, just as far as the timetable goes, how long have you been 100% cleared? And is there something that you were focused on more than other stuff as far as like what you worked on this offseason?
How long have I been? 100? I mean, maybe few months, like 100, like feeling really good. I can do anything, a few months or so. But during my time being hurt, you know, I did a lot of just what they told me to do. I did everything they told me to do in order to be my best self and heal faster. I did a lot of research on just general benefits of feeding your body the right things, hydration, and like just sleep patterns, all types of stuff. I got books on those, and I was really just everything revolved around getting myself better as a, you know, healing my arm, getting better as a player, and in general a person.
Take one more here with Tim.
Andre, when you say you're a completely different person, what do you mean by that? And when you look back at you know, the old version of yourself, I guess, you know, what do you see? And do you feel like something was missing in terms of becoming the type of pro that you wanted to be?
Well, I say completely different as kind of an exaggeration, you know, but I feel so much different than before. Just I've matured a lot in a lot of ways, just in terms of, you know, knowing the plays, my technique, like polishing my technique, just having the right mindset in all the different moments, all the different things that come with being a pro. And, you know, I really think the biggest thing for me is confidence. You know, my rookie year, I wasn't as confident, you know, naturally. Over the years, I've just put so much work in and to better myself as a player and a person. And so the main reason I feel like a completely different person, aside from my huge strength boost, is my confidence.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time, Andre.
Thank you.